All right, man, barely made it. Barely made it. If y'all saw, I was trying to do this on or at 8:30, but we just made it home in time. Barely got here. we had My daughter had a dance recital this morning. We had to go do groceries, adult shit, all the other things. But we here, baby. We here. We're gonna watch this live. Let's go ahead and get this full screen. Ooh, man. Let me make sure that my face actually isn't in the way either. And let me make myself a little smaller here. Let's see. Make me a little smaller. And I'm going to go down to the corner. There we go. All right. Marathon, baby. Marathon. Y'all let me know if there's any audio issues too, because I am like in bare bones. I mean, absolute bare bones setup right now. Because everything is still kind of messed up from the construction. You already know how it is. I'm going to talk to you guys more about it tonight. But I really wanted to catch this live, so I'm very glad that we were able to get this set. Got my mic in a weird spot right now. Like, man, everything is it's just funky. It's just funky. Oh, here we go. Show me what y'all killed my game for. Y'all put D2 to the side for this. The music is good, though. Like the vibe. And you know Bungie does a good live stream, man. Less than 60 seconds, baby. Man, I mean, just threw that together, boy. Threw the stream up in like 10 minutes. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. All right, 1 o'clock. Here we go. This is Bungie's new extraction shooter, by the way. Old IP, but new game. Oh, okay. We got a whole audience party, everything. Okay.
Back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to, so make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry, you're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So, no time like the present. Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to one of just you in your office hanging out.
Exactly,
so
yeah. I won't be talking for like 20 minutes straight this time, I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know you or what you do here, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together into a singular experience, and help to deliver that experience as a single thread. So, just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going?
We're gonna do a little test at the end here.
Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans.
A little
here,
temperature read.
There in the audience at home.
We're gonna see if it's worth
or doesn't get a chance to work with
killing
you.
Destiny.
Just a little bit about who you are and what you do here.
Yeah, so Joe Cross.
Destiny's not dead. It's on life support, but it ain't dead.
Marathon, and my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, reimagine this IP and this amazing game, and then make sure that our world-class art team is set up for success. Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for everything. We're going to have a lot to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt, the most important Andrew on this stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz?
So this is our new director after
Witz, for anyone out there
Chris.
maybe just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just
Chris,
a
I
little
think
bit
his
about
name.
yourself?
Yeah,
Chris
Andrew Witz,
something.
I'm the gameplay director. What basically means is I had to work with a bunch of awesome people to set up what the survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's
Or maybe this is
runners,
just a separate
weapons and
director.
equipment, and the combatants, the UESC. They're going to be hunting players on Tau Ceti. So yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for all your work.
And of course, last but exceptionally not least, someone who you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past and someone who's been able to help guide design here at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only senior design lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
Lars Bakken.
Thank you.
Lars, we're back.
You could say Marathon's back.
You could. I'll leave that to you, though. Well, for anyone out there in the audience who may not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there. So the Run team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're going into. We make the activities, so we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them real difficult on purpose. And then we also have the contracts team, which are the factions, the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into sort of the missions and everything. And so that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starters all for being here. Before we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to
And that's
any
why we on
channel
Twitch,
at Marathon
baby.
Directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us help them do some good out there. And now we have a big show again lined up. We've got some gameplay on the way coming up very shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators and press very recently, and we're going to show you what they thought of the game. And of course, again, I'll repeat myself, but we've got something really great for you at the end of the show, so make sure and stick around. But again, the purpose of today is to show off some gameplay. Mr. Joe Ziegler, I'd love to hand the mic to you for this next part.
Yeah, so before we get started, obviously there's a lot to talk about today. We have a little bit of a taste to show you about what our game is about, just to kick us off, so we can put some images to what we've been talking about here. So let's take a look.
Okay. The FPS feels very Destiny.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Okay, we got some abilities here. The movement feels kind of spacewalky. Like that, we got a little bit of speed. That side looked pretty fast, but little grenade that just came out of the hand there, that was pretty dope. Hey, eliminations. Okay. Okay. Nice little trailer.
Everyone, first things first, you saw that correctly. Marathon will be releasing just later this year on September 23rd. So you'll be able to
So
check out
we're gonna have a 2025 release,
in
baby.
addition to that, coming just later this month on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our Discord at discord.gg/marathonthegame. And of course, if you're here in Twitch chat with us today, then you've already done yourself a big favor. Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah, it's pretty cool to see those things.
Yeah, everything goes wrong with the Andy Salisbury story.
So it was real quick, but we did see that little, basically like they set off a booby trap, right?
The extraction shooter space.
I mean, extraction shooter.
And so we're gonna be facing like environmental dangers. The UESC, I'm assuming that's like the PvE element, and that's the enemy faction that we have right now.
Where you are frequently,
But it's also still PvP, kind of like Division,
you know, it's really
other
cool
extraction
that sort of
shooters.
Like the horror story that's kind of unfolding before you.
But everything was so bright, man. It was so bright and colorful and neon and just futuristic. It's a really cool vibe.
Bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah. No, it shows. And, you know, Lars, obviously, Bungie's got a
I hope we
long
see more
history of
gameplay than
shooters, but this
what they
is
just
a new
showed.
Type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And I am a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
Agreed.
Been really exciting to see.
Definitely
and,
agreed.
You know, obviously,
That's why I play
we saw a lot
PvP
of
games,
awesome
because it's just
Mr. Witz,
it's the most dangerous game as another person, right? Like you can get used to AI, you can get used to how the AI is going to react,
Yeah, for sure.
but
We'll have
there's
6 runners
no
at launch,
more
but we're
fun combatant to
focusing
go
the
against than
core
another
here
person.
they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The
So
first
it's
one in,
hero
get as many
based
hits
almost,
as possible, right? Against either the UESC or other players.
or it is
Next we have
hero based
Blackbird,
essentially.
very reconnaissance based kit. All about like figuring out
Look at
where
Void
players
though. Look
and
at the
things
aura
in
on
general,
Void.
punishing
Holy
positioning.
shit.
Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing, and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle. Void is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all
Yep.
about throwing down.
Yep.
Smokes,
You already know.
full active camo cloak into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4 right now for
Very
Alpha.
exciting. A lot of different playstyles to choose from out of the gate. And even
So, yeah.
furthermore, Joe Cross.
It's hero based.
also
Everybody
follow
has their own
Joe
kit.
Cross
There's
on Twitter,
no
do yourself
character
a favor,
creation,
too. So
unfortunately,
you've been
but
sharing some art with these runners pretty recently out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. for these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our you know, unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry, we limit our materials, we use a lot of graphic design and color, and we sort of use it as a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project. And then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
And, you know, obviously the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as well. You know, as a kid who grew up playing it, I know it well myself. But, like, what's it been like stepping into this world?
It's amazing. Yeah, for art geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy, Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left, started out as a fan, then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large, and we've always tried to, you know, pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can see here in the center, this is kind of a proto-runner we developed early in the process to make sure that, you know, our sort of approach to graphic realism and style lined up and sort of represented that. And then on the right here, sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird, with a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well, and I think we're, you know, doing something new, but also sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study on how to hold the spine, right? This is where you're like,
Yeah.
that's really awesome. Yeah.
Is it a spine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing, again, a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind, please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But, you know, we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Let's do it.
All right, get a little more. Here we go. Still gotta have that fire team of 3.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities.
That glitch looks so cool. Holy
capable of
shit.
both tactical and fast-paced combat.
Mm-hmm.
Here you'll fight
There
a
goes
crew
Boyd.
of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces,
18. Damn.
and otherworldly threats.
What's that? 6 teams of 3?
To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive.
I wonder if everybody has to choose a different runner.
Gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponent, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight.
Okay, we gotta do
Bungie
a little bit of
brings its
movement here.
best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights. Whether you're on a 0 to
It's
hero
still a
mode
little on the
or
slow
high-rolling
side.
powerful
Talking about
hero,
highly
you'll
dynamic,
need
but
to
this
use
is
your
alpha.
best judgment when you decide which fight's the pick. and
Ooh,
how.
that slip through.
Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual
The pot
pace,
walk, man.
shared objectives, and down but not out to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are enough to conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No two runs in Marathon
You could just
ever
go in
play
by
the
yourself.
same. With dynamic events,
Huh.
variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support
Yeah,
for your
Glitch is gonna be
friends,
popular,
grab extra
man.
Equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need. You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your
Oh yeah, see, you can have two,
imagination.
all three of them.
End
You
game
don't have to be
challenges,
like
rank
role
play,
specific.
Discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling.
Damn, a team of
community
straight
events,
glitches would be
and more
crazy.
All await you in season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries
It's like a pack of jackals.
Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Okay. A little bit of gambling tease right there. One more slot pull, baby. One more.
All right. It's a decent amount of gameplay. All right. Let's get into breaking this down. So, I think for starters, again, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style. Again, what was it like kind of approaching this from your perspective? What were you looking to do?
Build on a legacy. The narrative of Marathon is incredibly rich and like inspirational, easy sort of inspiration for art. I also love just sort of having the keys to this car from this era, working on a game from this era. I love older games. I love the way the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and like I said, paying homage to some of the great sort of iconic artists of the time. So
Yeah, and also we had some keen-eared folks in chat. I think it's Joey Wolfinder asked if this is Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that piece. Excellent ear.
Great voice, right?
Yeah, super cool. Yeah,
Wonderful voice.
he's almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best. But all right, I'm gonna put you on the spot with a tough one, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question. I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most
Glitch.
is
Glitch.
Blackbird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Blackbird.
Any Blackbird mains out there? I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support. It's also a great runner that's kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position if Void's trying to hide. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun, Mr. Witz. I think you and I share the same main. I got to ask as well. Who's your go-to runner?
Oh, I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player, as Joe reminds me all the time, because I'm pushing too much too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast forward. That's right.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, that push forward gameplay that Locust kind of has, right? Being like the first to try and get
Front
a pick,
line.
seeing somebody out of position, go with
Okay.
that pick. Also, I like to play Glitch a lot too. Again, like, I really love that disruption play style. I love just finding an enemy crew trying to trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners, Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of movement and traversal mechanics inside of the game.
Somebody tell us about
It
the
varies.
cat.
You're a
How do we
fan.
get to the cat?
Yeah, like everything in like we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a cost, right? And so like going, if you want to go fast, like if you want to go.
If you're wondering about the cat I'm referring to, it's the little. If it goes back to the host, he has that little pink cat sticker on his laptop.
Sprint even faster. That costs.
It was in the reveal,
Basically, it's almost like a
or at least in the
but we call it
advertisement
heat.
for the
It's also
reveal.
Mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats, and so this character has like some mobility, but you overheat quite a bit. So that's kind of the cost that's there, and so that's what pushes us into like finding implants that maybe like expand like how much like your heat meter, and also give you more.
So that's how they keep
ability,
glitch
so
in
you can
tech,
go even
or
faster,
glitch
right?
in check
So yeah, there's a lot of cost in the game in
with
terms
that
of
overheat
when we play
mechanic.
some
That's
mobility
smart,
thing in there,
because then you don't have
we really wanna make sure
everybody
that
just running
it's,
around just
like,
super
how does
fast all the
this
time,
affect
just
the
disrupting
pace,
all
and
kinds
how
of
does it
crap. But
affect the overall survival sandbox.
And to be fair, we're still looking at the alpha builds. We got to balance a lot of stuff because some stuff is kind of sketchy.
I mean, I figure some kind of like exhaustion
No,
mechanic
it's,
would be in
no,
there,
it's
but
a lot-
overheat
that's
sounds
why
cool
we're doing this, right?
because they are cybernetic
Yeah,
bodies.
And actually, while we're talking about kind of those finer details, Wits, I'd love to still kind of bug you a little bit. In Marathon build crafting is a big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they go up.
Oh,
in
you
rarity,
find
right,
the
there's a lot of
implants.
Stats, so you can increase your resistance to certain things. So like Tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our Tox, and so. You
You're
can build
basically
resistance
responsible
to
for finding
that.
your own character
You can
upgrades
increase your agility.
instead of it being
There's,
like a
shields, obviously,
XP
to make you
system or
more
something.
durable. We have cores. Cores are really cool. They basically give you like extra passives, and at the base rarity, like they have these kind of passives that you kind of play around. At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit. That
What up, Tone?
The runner you're playing.
Volume's down a little
What
too
they do
low.
is they really augment your abilities wildly, right? So you can, you're
turn
doing
that up.
one thing, and then you get like a core specifically for
Is that
glitch,
better?
and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump. Like that's how much we want to kind of push that, so that gear really matters. And so builds are like completely the implants, the cores, weapons, weapon attachments. Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too. We have gold mods, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment.
Yeah, when they
pool.
get to talking,
They're
they start
essentially, like,
getting
exotics in
kinda
our game,
quiet.
right? What is the
Oh, that's better?
exotic
Okay, cool,
version
cool,
of
cool.
This Magnum that can do some wild stuff. So yeah, like really, it's the entire package.
Appreciate
together
you.
is
I'm in a
build crafting.
very, very dilapidated
Actually,
setup right
we got
now.
a question in chat as well. From
It is bare
Fire Rose
bones
State.
to
That's it.
hell.
How many players are going to be in each map?
Varies per map.
Yeah, it varies per map.
Got it.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
Excellent. Okay, all right. So going to be room for a lot of play styles. To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us through maybe just your play style when you're approaching?
Have you been
any-
tuned in
Sure.
whole time,
Yeah.
or at least been seeing some of the
Go ahead and
gameplay
sell out
bits?
the best
I have to
strategies.
give away my secrets.
You don't really
Um,
play too much PvP, so I can
Void is
understand if this
really
isn't even
fun
really
for
your
me
cup of tea. But
because
how is it?
I
How are you feeling about it?
leans into this part of my personality that is like very devious. And so, if you go on a run with me, I'll be like, hey, any claymores you see, let me know. And I'm putting those in my backpack, and I'm doing crazy things like, okay, so Void has a prime ability that sends out, I think you saw it in the video, it sends like a wall of smoke that sort of like your home base when you do that. It's a portable. Because when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? If someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot, and I'll claymore it up, and then close all the doors and leave, and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, maybe 5 minutes later, I see the shield crack in the HUD, and I'm like, yes, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah. How about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, I'd rather look good and lose. So
Got a lot of potential, and you're thinking of
I generally
finally doing
pick
a
the runner with
PvP
the
shooter.
coolest helmet.
I mean, this would be a cool one to do.
In
It's gonna be
in this
tough though.
lineup, I think
It is
it's
gonna be
really
tough with
flat.
it being an extraction shooter. So like every
As
time you
far as
die,
my
it's
play
like
style,
punishing.
I'm typically just a decoy. So
What gets me, it's like
It's
it's like the same thing with the Vision, right? With the Vision, you eventually had people that were in the dark zones, and they were so damn strong that if you were brand new trying to come into it because they had played all this time before, you were pretty much getting smacked by them, and it made it hard for you to, kind of build yourself up. So I wonder how they're gonna face that challenge as well, because they're saying like there's character augments in here that you're gonna get from doing your hunts in game. Like pretty much it seems like every single thing outside of the base kit is coming from your extractions.
Going here, I gotta go into this room, gotta interact with this device, and I think it's like I'm safe. Like I'm kind of doing like
Yeah,
a routine
definitely a
thing
lot of
to get
variables,
out
though.
if I'm, like,
Definitely a
smart
lot of
about it and
variables.
really kind of listen for
I said
what's
they're
going
banking on
like there's no UESC around, there's
like
no players around.
the slot machine effect. Like they're banking on being able to be like, all right, this is hooked you enough to where you want to go in again and again and again and see what keep going. And I'm very susceptible to that. I promise you, I'm very susceptible to it. That's exactly why I play Trials like that. That's exactly why I play. Well, there's a little bit more with Marvel Rivals that you can get out of doing it, but
it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where
my problem is that I already got Marvel
tense moments,
Rivals
you're
that's
trying to
kind
do
of
something that lead to these very
keeping my
quick
attention right now with
crescendos where,
PvP. So
these mercenaries kind of go.
I don't know.
Like all these players are jumping.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully.
if I'm
but
looking
you're
for
not.
FPS though, that's going to be nice. I don't think that they have any FPS extraction shooters. I think they're all third person.
Yeah, the math is going. Like it's happening.
It's improvisational, right? It sounds like, I mean, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from chat from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there?
Here we go.
There's a ton of loot.
There's a ton of
loot.
loot,
Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment, there's
Consumables.
Grenades.
consumables. Yeah.
Talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's grenades.
I mean,
We have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables, we have backpacks, attachments, weapons.
Okay, so cosmetic
materials,
things.
keys.
and
I've-
there's a bunch of
Keys.
stuff too
Huh.
that we're just
I wonder if
for
it's like you can get a
valuables,
key
that's
in
like
one run
there's
and then
times
go into
where
another
you're
run and be
low
able
on
to
money,
unlock
like,
the big
I
loot
just need to do a
that's
valuables
that
run
key
right
is
now
for.
to
If you
pick up
land
these
in
things and get my
a
money
similar
and
space or
upgrade
whatever, I don't know how it would be, but
Today's bank out.
That actually is a good
that would be
segue
really
from,
cool if you do a really good
Alex
run and you're like, all right, I got this key on me, and now I got to make sure I can use it in this next run or I'm going to lose it all.
Yeah, there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related to sort of our factions and contract system. But if you want to talk a little
Yeah,
bit
Trials was a good run, but then like once I ran out of that thing that I wanted to chase for, the cosmetic
doing
aspect of
contracts,
it,
they're like missions, and you are being
there's just nothing left for
greeted
me there.
originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You know don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are
Yeah,
going to
definitely
pay you
strategy's gonna be
to
major
do
key,
these jobs,
for
and so
sure.
they'll give you these missions
I wonder
to
what like
do.
some of the team
And
comps
as
are
you're
going to be
doing
though,
these
because you can have
missions,
everybody
you
be the
said
same
sometimes
type of
they run into
runner
danger, but
if you
the
wanted
cool
to on
thing
a team of
about,
3,
I think,
or
a
you
lot
just
of
go in
the
by yourself.
faction and the contract system is like you could
Which I might try to do
complete
some
the-
solo stuff. You know how I do. You know I'm anti-social as hell, so I'll probably
survey
try.
from this one area on one of the zones, and you're doing the thing, and you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where, as you're working with the different factions, they allow you to upgrade yourself over time, and so you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
some, yeah,
So increasing your characters like we thought.
as possible to meet the challenge of the world, right? Like essentially, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on you so you can survive longer, so just in general, be able to do fight all the different, hostile entities in the world, like get through there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units, like you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get
Yeah.
And honestly,
So
like a lot of the loot translates.
danger
into
in the
things like
world,
upgrades,
too.
that you utilize through the factions.
PvE
but
elements.
There's also
Enemy
a
AI.
store called the black market, where you can use a lot of your currency and things like that to actually re-equip yourself if you go on a bad run, or to upgrade yourself if you need anything from that space. So
Okay,
yeah,
black market,
there's
that's
a lot
nice.
of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot
No.
out. Yeah,
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin. So sometimes extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end, so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game mode is. We're also doing a lot to make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep and have pretty wide things. But I think Andrew could talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make this is like.
I wonder how
Bungie
people
shooter,
who
right? We wanna make sure
like
it's
main
approachable.
looter
We,
shooters like
nail those
Tarkov and
fantasies. Every button press feels awesome.
what is it?
Right?
Red
And so
Faction?
really trying to bring
Not
that
Red Faction,
kind
Red
of,
something.
like the
But
button,
games
more
like
of the
that,
Bungie
how they
action game
feel
into like in the survival
about
space
this
where,
one.
Again, everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, like you're not going to have.
Because this
like,
is
a
not
limb
for
system
casual
where,
people.
like,
This
you
is
know,
not
your
going to be a
limbs
casual
programming,
game. It'll be
but
casual
you
in the
will,
beginning a
like,
little bit because
have
it's
to
going to be
do,
new.
do
Everybody's
stopping
going to be
power,
figuring
right?
things
Which
out. It's going to
they
be
can
fresh.
knock you out of
But once the
sprint, they
game
can
is
slow you
solved,
down,
once it's
right?
figured out,
Status effects are
what's
still in
going to
the game,
happen for those
and so
main
you
that
are hit with
main
chem grenade,
player
right, you're
base?
gonna be toxed. You can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down. You can
It'll be fun as hell to
overheated,
watch. I'll tell
all
you that
these
much.
things, and that
Definitely
pushes
going to be
you
fun
into
as hell to
using
watch.
consumables and making sure you have an answer for these things that happen. So we're trying to make sure that you keep the depth of the survival game, but the approachability of the action game, right? And so that's how we're trying to marry that together. In addition to that, if you have some bad runs, right, like, and you don't have a lot of, you see your loot kind of going down, we have the sponsored kits, like it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay items like weapons or equipment or maybe a shield or something or consumables. That's
Or
kind of
what?
like the floor for what we think you can be really, like, you can be capable in the environment and actually like fight other players that actually are kitted out. So you're never feeling like, the goal is that you can always clutch, even if you find somebody who's completed kitted out in like really high-end gear, because that's your payday, right? That's like the beauty of the moment of like, oh my god, I took this player and they have the best
Okay.
shield in the game. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hurts. I mean,
Okay.
obviously,
I mean,
the only
that's good
point
to
is
know
folks
that they
don't
are
know
thinking
it's
about it,
gonna
that they
get
want
to
to
get
have
the
some
alpha,
sort of
but,
safety
we'd be
net
remiss if we also didn't
for
mention
those
how a big
people that are
part of
going
what we
against
do here at
those
Bungie
those
is
high
working
tier
alongside
players.
our
So
community,
I mean, they just
which
answered
is
the
why
question
we've
that we had
also
right
had a
there.
chance since about
But what
2022
is that
to work with
sponsored pack
100
for?
content
Is that
creators
for
and community
money?
as well.
Is
So
that
we've
like,
some of their
hey,
feedback
you give me
and some of the
$5, you
feedback
get a
from
little
us.
kit of
Thank you
loot,
for
and you
your
go
time.
in and you take another
But
chance? So
no need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha
is it
build
for
that some of you
in-game
will have a chance to
currency?
join
Is
in
it
on
for
as well.
stuff that you get
So,
for black market
I'm gonna
stuff?
go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Oh, there goes Dr. Lupo.
Down the ball again and 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 again.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No! No! They got out!
It's game changing. It is literally game
Oh,
changing.
Scar. Okay, I see you.
This is such an exciting time for us. You are the first group outside of Bungie to playtest our alpha build.
Look daddy up. Let's go.
Okay, I am ready and up. Whatever you two are. Yes, sir. Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Quick read.
Oh, you looking around? See
Yeah, I'm
who's,
gonna see who we got to read with.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. You want to do the intercepts?
Yeah.
You just want to grab that
Yeah,
real
no.
quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
You want to get going?
Yep, Medro.
Okay, we got
That
some
should be a
movement.
good one. That is
I
not-
didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Oh, we got a jetpack. Okay, hold on.
There's
So,
There's fall damage.
there is fall damage, and it is severe if you
there
drop.
is. I got a mod
a
earlier
lift.
that like.
So who is
drastically
he right now?
reduced it, though. So
Is
there's
this
a lot of ways
Blackbird?
to reduce it.
I may have just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground,
Before you hit
you
the ground,
don't take
it saves it.
damage.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right.
Oh, yeah. Now we got some real people
AI
playing it.
inside the little shrubbery compound everywhere.
Yes, sir. Okay, they knew what to do. I shouldn't have doubted them. Bungie knows how to make a good FPS.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry.
You good?
Still heading to field maintenance. Yep. Oh, I got AI over here like 20 feet.
Yeah, they're just fighting regular stuff right now.
Are we killing them or ignoring them?
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
I need some bits of ammo. Guys, find me. There's a green punk right there.
There's
The fuck is that?
Oh yeah, here I think.
Player. Down one.
I hit one for the shield, but I'm 1, 2.
Something I'm trying to see when he reloads, if it's like wasting ammo. Like if you need to use the whole kit, or if it will
That's all of them.
use what you got.
Either way, I'm getting shredded right now, so I gotta
Clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
Yep.
What the? What?
That's a purple one.
There you got res by a teammate. He's got a lot of ammo. Good God.
The Grenadiers, yeah. They're pretty crazy. What'd you have on you, little guy?
Oh, one of the guys you killed had just been weapons on him. Poor guy.
Oh, mechanics hit. That's what we need, right? Move status, mechanical status effects.
I'm using it.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I'm gonna have to play this one on PC. Like I might have to learn how to use a mouse and keyboard for it. Cause imagine trying to go through all those little menus with a freaking cursor on a controller. Unless they make the cursor speed really fast.
Yeah, dropping in.
Ooh, big guys. And then all the while you're making all this noise. Somebody can come and intercept you. Man, this makes me nervous.
They've got long shots in 2. Oh. Yeah, that's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I played one shield. There's a loot up there who's absolute.
I like that we have 3 weapons, like in Destiny.
Where are they?
I believe it's following the same color scheme too. Primary, secondary, heavy. Hey, the shield. The shield charging. Yeah, that was another person. Okay.
Annihilated, dude. Oh my god.
I'm out of ammo,
Yeah, I would say this self.
All you can do is stab. Oh!
It's Brian. Kill him. He's a fiend, dude.
I'm coming to you, Ben.
Yeah, I see him.
Don't underestimate this guy.
Oh my god, that's it. He killed 2, I think it's 1v1. Ben, you knocked 1, I knocked another.
Good stuff. I literally only have a sniper.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Okay,
the knock I had was way over here. I don't see.
Yeah, it does look like it'll just reload it, like it's not wasting ammo. Damn. Line up that shot way too long.
That's okay. Yeah, he's holding the angle at a distance.
He was reloading out of cover. Damn. Was that an AI? Oh my god. Oh, no, that's a person. That's a person. Yep.
Very weak up there. I'm underneath.
Are they where we got boys
Now
down?
he's sneaking up. What is that, like a little overshield that he just gave himself? Dropped him.
Coming. Got 1 left.
I get shot on the right side, like something.
I don't know, man. If that's Blackbird, Blackbird looks pretty dope.
Oh.
There.
What is in here?
Yeah, A1.
Oh, is that him up there? Is he upstairs inside?
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, him. Or is that Yusek?
No,
There's a
you
Yusek
were
guy
shooting
right
something in
there.
there. They were shooting something in there.
I think they kind of built a ringer group, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confident.
They
but,
built God squads, you could say. I feel like we might be the God squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
A flawless run. That's crazy.
We got knife some AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
We got a loot container key. Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here. Where did I just hear that thought? I knifed one.
All right, Tone. Thanks for coming on by, brother. I appreciate you. I'll catch you when I catch you. You have a good rest of your weekend, brother.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah. Something
Oh my god, is that an AI?
Purple shield.
It's sucking up.
UESC
That's scary, man.
I found a purple enemy.
See, my other thing about this looks fun, man. This looks really fun. But unless you're gonna dedicate to being the solo like runner and do that kind of thing, you gotta find yourself two people to play with every time. Unless they have like some sort of matchmaking, which I don't know how well that would work unless it's like voice proximity chat or some crap like that, or fire team chat.
I don't want the conquest.
But it's like same thing with Marvel Rivals right now. Like I solo queue all the time. Destiny solo queued all the time.
I'm saved. What's the question marks again?
It'll definitely be fun to pick up and put
That are on
down.
the map?
Oh, I think those are the
That's the best.
players,
It's designed to always be like just run for run for run based.
Like the cash players?
Yeah, I don't know.
Flares.
One is broken.
Because this isn't like playing like Fortnite or like a battle royale where you can just jump in with any team and kind of figure out what's going on, because the whole goal is to loot and kill people. But in this, it's like there's so many different ways you can go. You can go without even fighting anybody and just trying to stay off to the side.
Found him.
Prepare for increased hostile action.
Glitch is moving. Behind, yeah, Glitch is behind you at the moment. White shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Down. Very good.
Very, very nice. I called it purple.
Dang, does it like take a second for everything to show up too? Oh man, how dangerous. Makes you sit out there and wait.
Purple shield. Who has that?
Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like, I have to get this out.
I like seeing the numbers next to like all the stuff that you got.
There's no other extraction shooter like that I could have that kind of gameplay.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff, they are going to lose their mind.
Okay, Scaro. You know, everybody knows that Scaro's the secrets, man.
Refreshing, I'd like to say. Everything felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is an exciting moment.
Y'all got Jeff Keighley up in here? September 23rd, baby. Still hitting the release this year.
Obviously, having those creators in was a whole lot of fun.
Definitely congratulations to Bungie for making it through
It's been a
to
great
be
time
able
get
to
this
still
set up.
make
Of
this
course,
product
I'm not saying this just
and make
like
this
we're
game.
on
I think it's
social
going to be a pretty
media
good
here,
game.
but if you head over to our
But I
YouTube
think it is
channel,
going to have
we
its
have a full
challenges in
20-minute
terms of
version
like
that.
what
So
kind of player
youtube.com
base it wants to
@marathon games,
retain,
find us.
because
Also
there's going to be
check out all
people
of
that
our
are
socials
already
as well as
used to
added.
playing player or looter
But,
shooters,
Lars, obviously,
and
again,
the
we
ones
talked
that
about
play
before
them
the video.
have been
We're
playing their
familiar
same
with
looter
the
shooters for
community,
so
obviously,
long.
but have we ever
So you're
done it
trying to
this
draw them
maybe
away
at
from
this
that,
scale before?
and then you're trying to
So I've
also
been at Bungie
get new
for a
people
while
into
now,
this. But
since the Halo 3
or not
days,
looter shooters,
and, I
extraction
think the
shooters.
thing, even since
But
my
even
time,
with
what's been
those new
really good
people
about it
coming
is
in,
working with players,
it's
working with the
still
community.
it's the
It's something
same
we
thing
take
with
pride in.
every extraction
And
shooter. It's
on
just
this
such a
team in particular,
jarring
yeah, we brought
experience knowing
people
that, hey,
and
you can
players
play
in
all this
much
time
earlier
and you can
into the
still lose it
process
all.
than I think we ever have
But
before, and it's given us really
we'll see
good
what kind of
insight.
people that would
You know, we
attract.
tell
We'll
them
see
when
if it
they
falls
show
into
up,
the
be
same role that
brutally
other
honest, because
extraction
that's
shooters do.
how
I
we
guess there's a
learn, that's how
large
we
market for it in like
understand
maybe
what
other
needs to
countries,
change,
maybe
what needs to get better.
like
And,
China.
I think
I don't know.
I think it's been really great.
That's been a ton of fun. I mean, even
But it
again,
looks like a
these
great
folks were all here
game.
last
It
week.
really
You
does
guys
look
were
like a
there
great game.
with some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it's super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like Tens and Lupo was in there, and but yeah. Yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was
I
pretty
guess it's as big
amazing
as
to
it goes.
jump
Whatever.
in, and I'm gonna throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like, apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them, the creators. And, yeah, it's probably your team that was destroying them. So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through. And,
What a flex.
Thank you.
I did my job.
I did my job. Yes, sir. Talk your shit.
Mission accomplished, love it. Yeah.
Something that he's used to, obviously. Which also, though, you were saying you were observing a little bit as well.
Where is the
What was it like,
cat?
from your perspective,
Give
to
us
see all
the
these folks come in
cat.
and play the game for the first time. Some of them.
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome. Like,
Do
playing
we
the game
get
for
to
so
have
long,
the
right? Seeing other people
companions?
play the game is just a great feeling, right? For like the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and in real life, right? You see people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like we're a heavily fortified area, and watching the UESC equalize a little bit. Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like it was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the Dire Marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels, and the fight was literally like almost 1-by-1s, like 3 and 3, like constantly moving towards each other and fighting in the hallway. The person in the front dropping meds for people in the back and changing positions, and that fight went into like little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume of the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like, where are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there, and they were shooting vents just like out of just pure paranoia. It was awesome to watch.
It's a good balance to strike, obviously. Yeah. And you again, we were mentioning you got to play. Were there any other creators you got to dive in with?
Yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie and Katamina, and we had a lot of fun. There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels underneath. Tunnels are dangerous and they're fun. But we basically created like a little claymore nest down there, and so we were baiting them down into it. And yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on claymores. They're
Pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah.
Lars is like, I know.
Yeah.
So even in addition to these creators, the legacy of Marathon's community goes so far rather. As someone who's played a lot of Aleph 1 in the past as well myself, back on my Titanium G4 PowerBook so long ago, bringing in the Aleph 1 team was really, really exciting. You guys had a chance to work with them as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting to sort of connect to the heritage of Marathon, right? Like to keep that alive as we're sort of building this new world. And so working with the Aleph 1 team has been really awesome with the Marathon Classic on Steam. Is the release that they had, as well as the Marathon Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those, it's like sort of connecting the threads, if that makes sense, sort of remembering the past as we're sort of building this new, re-envisioning in a lot of ways of what Marathon is.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on this topic as well about the dangers of the world, we do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters? Obviously, you've mentioned that the UESC is out there, pardon me, and you should underestimate them at your own peril. But can you tell us a little bit more about maybe some of those emergent threats that await players?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the UESC security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful,
little
surprising, exploding
grabby purple things
fauna. Yeah,
that
they
Lupo
run
is
at you.
shooting at.
They
Freaking
run at you,
ticks.
explode on you, and you have to like, shoot the nests actually to get rid of them essentially. Otherwise, they'll keep coming.
Oh,
there's
wow.
A bunch of hazards and stuff that are like gonna be on the map as well. Like we have a bunch of like tox rooms and all kinds of surprises that await players. And in the alpha there's a few, but
What's
we got
the
a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
The scariest
Yeah.
unit? The Ghost Commander for me, for sure. The Ghost Commander.
Ghost Commander?
Their ability is like they go into active camo and they actually have clone. They have a bunch of like clones that go out there, so you think you're not sure which one to shoot. And then by the time you recognize which one is actually the real one, right? It's like it may be over for you, but that's one. The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these prolonged sniper fights that are really great against the UESC. And if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So like, yeah, just be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the recruits, honestly, the recruits, they have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful in knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, like, yeah, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that you can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a pretty damn good job.
You can't ignore them either. Once they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, too, we've got another question from, I believe, Shebsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
There's no restriction on how you assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want. Or you can diversify a little bit, you know, and sort of try to use each other's utilities. But we've seen them all. It's been really cool to see kind of the different combinations we've seen. Yeah.
But you may never know, like those 3 different like players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird, right? Like they may be some of them. Like
So
one
there's
of them
some
may actually have
distinguishing-
implants that allow them to go in active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner. So we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see like the shield wall comp, which is like basically 3 locusts in like in the playtest from last week. But yeah,
let's go. Yeah. So you know, again, obviously, it's been so much fun to hear you guys even talking about this game and the experiences you've had. You've been building a world that's really ripe for players to tell their own stories in. You know, again, with the closed alpha on the way on April 23rd, as players finally get a chance, some of them to jump in. What are some of the stories you're most excited for them to get to dive in and maybe tell themselves?
So many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think are that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen before. But getting onto the planet, like honestly, just trying to survive amongst all of the different threats that exist there. The dying, you know, when our trio says death, it's death. You know, there's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something new. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm you know, had the fortune to launch Destiny and now Marathon. It's always amazing to put something out into the world that you've been working on, you know, sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that, and have the players experience the visual world for the first time is amazing. Introducing the IP into the world, you know, sort of beyond the game.
Buddy's been
sort of
freed
the
from
culture it creates,
prison,
so it's exciting to see,
development,
like,
prison, man.
The fans tell us what the game is and what the metas are and what the IP is, and so that exchange is always amazing.
Yeah, check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now.
Absolutely.
Wits, how about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
I'm just really excited for folks to discover the content and play with it in interesting ways. We've been making this meal for a bit. It's just time to see folks play, right? Like we've been making the sandbox for a bit. We've been working together on all the activities and everything in the world, right? It's just going to be exciting to see people react to it organically and learn from it.
Yeah. Very exciting.
I'm also curious to see which runner will be the crowd favorite. Yeah, out of the. I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking that Glitch is gonna be the one, man. Glitch has all the sauce. Now, Void has some aura too, but Glitch just has the style, man.
We really appreciate it.
I mean, thank you so much, and thank you everybody out there. Like our team is literally sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing. Like, you know, you should give yourselves a hand, you know, for putting together.
Absolutely. I'll clap to that. We ain't got no problems with the Bungie dev team. Just leadership.
Also, there's there's an immense amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You know, you've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
Yep.
That's
Very
right.
awesome.
So again,
Very
as
awesome.
we noted at the top of the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a
Here we
favor
go.
and stick around
Please
all the
be
way
the
through
cat.
till the end.
Please.
But again,
The
huge
cat.
thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bakken. Thank you all for being here today. And of course, again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly, thank you. It's honestly humbling to be here today. And again, of course, the crew here, thank you all so much for all of your hard work. It's been incredible seeing this stage come up so quickly rather. So thank you so much. It's been a gargantuan effort, and it's all thanks to your efforts. And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up and join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us here on this
Hey,
Saturday
we
morning.
barely made it, but
And
we
of
here,
course,
baby.
too,
Barely
coming
made
up
it.
at the end, make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there here just after the show ends. So go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat. But as has become kind of a tradition here at Bungie with our streams, we've saved just one more special thing here for you at the end. Now, we've told you a lot about the game so far, but we haven't had a chance to really touch on the narrative just yet, and we're really excited to build a story that's innovative in the extraction shooter space, both in and out of the game, and we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now. So we've had the opportunity to partner with Academy and Emmy Award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Wonderful. All right, here we go. What? The heck was that? Everything's so bubbly and like smooth and oh my god. Literally like one of those AI just nightmares. I love the bugs. I love the silkworms, man. The silkworms are such a cool visual.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sculpt to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them, and the heart that fed, and the heart that fed.
the new shell? How's the new shell feeling?
I mean, it feels just like what it is, right? Like $1 trillion.
Like $1 trillion. Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment.
Just showing us like different skins you can get, I guess.
Yeah, I know. Mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there. So.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. Supposed to be my lucky charm.
A baby foot? A baby leg is your lucky charm? Oh shit.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
I don't know.
It's you.
Really?
Had like a little Severance level of questioning happening there.
Hey, what's that you're always too into? Worth anything?
I don't know, but I like it. It speaks to me.
Let me listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you ever wonder what happened to these people?
It's not my business.
And this music is? You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Damn. Bro, Void. Okay, hold on. Void might have the sauce. He might have the sauce. I'm telling you, it's between them two. Just letting her enjoy the music. Oh man. Damn. Escape will make me God. Huh.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remain. Nothing beside remain. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of that boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away.
just
Do you recognize this child?
V11.
Is that me?
What is that saying? What? No, it's just people's names. Hell yeah, we signing up for that alpha. Woo! That was cool. That was really cool. Very artful. Like, Marathon, to my understanding, has already a shit ton of lore available for it. So they're just basically bringing an old story and adapting it to a new audience. Please disperse. Well, you heard him. We gotta get the hell out of here. So I'm glad I was able to do this live with you guys, like, as it was happening, because I really wanted that to like happen for today's stream. So if I wasn't able to make it, I would have just rewatched it with you guys later. But now we get to do some Marvel Rivals tonight. So I will see you guys tonight at that same time. It's gonna be 8:30, like I had posted yesterday, and then we are going to get into some new season stuff. I got to play some of it last night. New season is very fun. Loving the vibe of Krakoa and pretty much what they have changed this new season to look like. It's got like a Sonic Riders vibe to it. So we'll check that all out later. I'll see you then. And until then, I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Look at them. Just having a good old time. Peace.